Welcome back. In today's history class, we will start with the second chapter of history, factors leading to the growth of nationalism and foundation of the Indian National Congress. In the syllabus, the syllabus is saying that you should know about economic exploitation, repressive colonial policies, socio-religious reform movement, brief mention of contribution of Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Jyotiba Phule, role of press. Then the foundation of the Indian Congress, the Indian Congress Association by Surendranath Banerjee, East India Association by Dadabhai Naoroji as precursors, immediate objective of Indian National Congress, and the first two sessions and their presidents should be mentioned. So this is in your syllabus as per chapter 2 is concerned. So first we should know a little bit about nationalism. What is nationalism? Nationalism denotes patriotism or devotion to the nation. So this is nationalism. Basically, this chapter throws light to those factors which promoted nationalism and growth of new India. So what were the factors? First is economic exploitation. The peasants were suffering. Under the zamindari system, the peasants were left absolutely at the mercy of the landlords. They could be driven away from their livelihood. The Royatwari system, which is the individual peasant proprietorship, also was no less harsh than zamindari system. The Indian peasants had to sell their produce at cheap prices in order to satisfy the greed of the moneylenders, the zamindars, and the government officials. So obviously, the peasants, especially the landless peasants, they were under the mercy of the zamindars and the Britishers. So there was economic exploitation, and the peasants means farmers, obviously you know that, were suffering. Handicrafts stagnated. What does stagnation mean? Stagnation means stopped, totally, stand still, means stagnation. The British rule had a very damaging effect on the Indian handicrafts. Heavy duties, means taxes, were imposed on goods imported into England from India. Further, British goods were forced upon India since she was at the mercy of her foreign masters. So raw materials were taken, raw materials were taken away, and finished products were resold to India. So raw materials were taken at a very cheap price, cheap rate, and the finished products were resold at a very high rate. Dissatisfied educated youth. Obviously, the educated young men in India were becoming increasingly dissatisfied with the government because the better paid jobs were kept out of their reach. Because all high posts, government official high posts, were given to the Britishers. And the government ignored totally the welfare of the people. The burden of taxes were constantly on the increase, but the government did not pay any attention to the welfare of the people. So these points come under the economic exploitation. Regarding this period, socio-religious reformers came into the picture. Reforming what was there in the society which were bad were reformed by these reformers. Over here, there are plenty of reformers. Over here, we have to know a little bit about Raja Ram Mohan Roy and Jyotiba Phule. You should know that Raja Ram Mohan Roy heralded, means welcomed, the coming of the modern age. He is known as the Messiah of the modern age. The Brahmo Samaj was established by him. It was not really a religious movement, it also a platform for social and political reforms. According to him, he was a humanist. He stressed on unity of all religions. Social reforms, what did he do? Very important. Brahmo Samaj attacked the caste system, the practice of polygamy. Polygamy means many marriages. One person getting one man marrying several women. Child marriage and sati. Raja Ram Mohan Roy started anti-sati movement or crusade in 1818, and it was in 1829 that the practice of sati was made illegal in India. Okay, now he protested against the practice of denying women the right of property. These social reforms, he believed, were necessary for the political advancement and happiness of the people of India. So this was his social reforms. Now, certain important things. Raja Ram Mohan Roy started a Bengali weekly called Sangbad Kaumudi. Later he started a Persian paper known as Mirat-ul-Akbar. Along with few other eminent persons, Raja Ram Mohan Roy presented a petition to the Supreme Court for the legal action to be taken against press regulations. Also, he wanted military budget to be reduced so that more funding could be given to health, education and things like that. So basically this is the contribution of Raja Ram Mohan Roy, which you should know. Now Jyotiba Phule, he was born in Satara district in Maharashtra, and he was a social reformer of 19th century. He wrote a book, Gulamgiri, focused on the Brahmin domination and the poverty, hardship and distress. Phule strongly felt that all the problems of the Dalits could be solved if proper education is provided to them. Very important. He wanted gender justice. Phule said that women were superior to men because they bore children. And what did he do? Phule established the first girls' schools in India. He also set up an orphanage. He founded a number of schools for girls and lower caste. Very importantly, he founded the Satya Shodhak Samiti in 1873. Question is asked. The society tried to remove the distress and sufferings of the Dalits and women. But Phule praised the British rule because it gave Indians the tools with which to fight social injustice. It is, however, heartening to find that in his book Gulamgiri, that it were the farmers on whose labors the government and its army and salaries and pensions of the whites were dependent. So these things you have to remember. So Jyotiba Phule said that when the farmers educate themselves and carry whips on their shoulders, the English will have to scream and yell to free the country. So he stressed on the education of the poor, education of the farmers, education of the Dalits, so that they understand the true picture what is happening in India. A little mention of Arya Samaj is also there. It was founded by Swami Dayananda, opposed caste system, encouraged female education and remarriage. And Ramakrishna Mission was founded by Swami Vivekananda, who believed in the principle of serving men in order to serve God. So, this basically is, in a nutshell, regarding economic exploitation of India and the socio-religious reform movement done by Raja Ram Mohan Roy and Jyotiba Phule. In the next class, we will continue with chapter 2 and we will find what is there in this chapter. Thank you.